Hi friends, love to all. This is Tawfiq Zahur as a host. I am announcing undoubtedly it's a glorious evening for Uddan Little Magazine as we are going through the 50 live show right now. We the family members of Uddan are in ecstatic joy. It's really a marvelous journey and we cannot but celebrate it. Today, our title episode, The World of Poetry Recitation in Poet Voice, Part 5, sorry. Today, 19th September, Sunday. Now, as a host, I am announcing the name of today's honorable selected poet's name. First of all, we have some honorable poet who are joining very soon. First of all, I am introducing and calling one of the poet from Bangladesh. He is Mr. Kushal Bhowmick. Now I am introducing Mr. Kushal Bhowmick. Kushal Bhowmick is a popular and promising young poet from Bangladesh. His total book number 6. He is a very dynamic poet nowadays in Bangladesh. He is also an editor of a little magazine named Urobi. Now coming Mr. Kushal Bhowmick to read out his first two poems. Now I request to Mr. Kushal Bhowmick to read out his first two poems.
Thank you, Tawfiq Johur, for giving me a chance to present my poetry. And today is a very special day, and I'd like to welcome all the honorable poets. That is, I'm also a part of Uddan. I'm a team member of Uddan, and Uddan is going to celebrate the 50th live show today. So, my first poem, Let People Fly. Let people fly, because every human being is a bird inside. Like migratory cloud, he wants to fly in his self-made sky. Don't bind people in such invisible shackles. Give them freedom to fly. Let people believe that beyond these borders, barricades, constitutions, Narendra, Trump, Osama, there is a sky, and that's for only human. Let people feel that the free and infinite sky is our motherland. Thank you. Now, my second poem, that is a path. Never I was serious about me. Never cut, tore, didn't break, and ran the experiment. Therefore, was no question of reconstruction there. I walked subconsciously on unfamiliar roads and got the gesture of same fingers at the bend of every street. The path to fame is more self-centered. So I walked through the path of humiliation. You stood always in the margin of sensitiveness. We couldn't make up our sum. On the way of rain, I only got the dust storm, mild enmity on friendship. Not much peace in the way of purification. God is there with conspiracy. Night after night, I searched for a path inside you. You also searched the same. Want to have a path of our own ever? Thank you. Thank you, Tawfiq bhai.
Thank you, Mr. Kushal Bhowmick, for your beautiful poem you have to read. Now I am introducing one of the important poet guests today, and that is our honorable poet Harinder Cheema. Now I am introducing to her. Now I am going to introduce one of the important poetess today. She is Harinder Cheema from New Delhi, India. She is a renowned international poetess and award-winning internationally published India author. Her published novel entitled The Tempest Top is the recipient of the Best Book of the Year Award 2020 by Aghas Author in EU. She is the co-author of 20 poetry anthologies. Her short stories have been published in the coffee table books. Her articles have been published in various international magazines and she is the proud recipient of many prestigious international and global awards and honors. Her name finds a mention in 101 Influential Women of India 2020. Now coming Harinder Cheema to read out her 2 poems.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, it's such a pleasure, it's such an honor to be on this wonderful forum and connect with poets worldwide and listen to such awesome poetry and share my thoughts as well. So, starting with my first poem, well, this is a love poem, A Crying Cuckoo. What song dost thou sing, O cuckoo bird? Tell me your story in your own words. Has your beloved left for a distant land, and you feel the pangs of separation which you cannot stand? Did she tell you that she will be back soon? Did she leave you because you could not get her the moon? Did she look back at you while flying away? Do you send messages to her, cooing all the day? And the world says that you coo because it is the mango season. Oh, for the one in love, this is such an awful reason. Lost in her love, you perch and cry. I have seldom seen you flying in the sky. You keep singing melodies of pain, but all your effort goes in vain. When the heartless world can think only of the mango season, it's your heart that cries and bleeds crimson. O cuckoo bird, mangoes will be ripe and season will rotate. But will there ever be an end to your perpetual wait? Please don't lose hope because the beauty is in trying. And one day, your love will come back to you flying. Crying in his heart, making protestations of the love true, hiding from the world, the coos are the sobs of a crying cuckoo. Thank you so much. That was my first poem. And now going to the second one. Well, this is something that is very close to my heart when I want to see a world free of all discriminations, free of all disparities. And this is the sentiment that I'm voicing through this poem of mine. The title of the poem is A Strange Bard. You may think I'm a strange bard, as sometimes to pen my feelings I sit near a graveyard. I see spirits floating all around, without making any noise or sound. They don't care to look at me, and I have all the privacy. I see there is no jealousy there. Perhaps they shunned it with their outer layer. There is no lust for money and power. This happens when flesh lives in a tower. No caste, no religion, no race, no creed. There is no avarice. There is no greed. There is no violence. There is no fight. They have teeth that can't bite. There is no desire. There is no crave. I don't see a single soul fighting for a bigger grave. Thank you so much. That was my second poem.
Thank you, Harinder Cheema ma'am, for your beautiful 2 poems you have to read out. Now I am reading some viewers' opinion. আব্দুর রাজ্জাক বকুল বলছেন যুক্ত হলাম, সংঘমিত্রা নিয়োগী বলছেন শুভ সন্ধ্যা, জ্যোতি মিন্স বলছেন গুড ইভিনিং টু অল, ডিলাইটেড টু বি উইথ অল ভার্চুয়ালি. Poet Mastura Laki is telling good evening to all. Abdul Razak is telling good evening and well wishing everyone. Mr. Kobir Hossain, poet, he is telling, watching with extreme attention. It's really enjoyable. Thanks, poet Tawfiq Zohur and participating distinguished poet across the globe. Mr. Abdul Latif is telling, love a lot to all. Mahbub Shetu বলছেন সুন্দর. Abdul Latif again telling, enjoying the program. Now I am introducing one of the poet. She is from Kolkata, India. She is Indrani Bandapadhyay. Indrani Bandapadhyay is an important poetess. She is also a story writer, essayist, researcher. She is from Kolkata. She has phone number of book already published. Hundred of AC classical literature, women and old age and theology has been published in various magazine web portal around the world. She received a prestigious award from different platforms of Kolkata for her mini story, essay and poetry. Now coming Indrani Bandapadhyay to read out her first two poems.
Very, very good morning, good evening. First of all, I like to greet everyone present in this platform and the poets from different 5 countries, and especially Uddan TV and our host friend Tawfiq Johar from Bangladesh. I feel very much honored to take part in such amazing Golden Jubilee celebration of International Poetry Carnival presented by Uddan TV and poet Tawfiq Johar. Again, I like to greet all spectators. শুভ সন্ধ্যা সকল কবি বন্ধু এবং উপস্থিত দর্শক মণ্ডলীকে জানাই আমার আন্তরিক প্রীতি ও শুভেচ্ছা। আমার প্রথম নিবেদন একটি ইংরেজি কবিতা। My first poem, Castle of my heart. House, a small house, is all you need for life. Will turn in the home with love and care, where someone will wait for you till eternity, made with feeling, not wood. Sun glimmering the hammock, with songs of birds and fragrance of flowers filling my soul. The rooftop like eyelashes, enough to wear my drenched heart, to see my soul fly in the eternal blue sky. The walls be painted in the color of our love and dresses. Showers shimmered in the monsoon songs, fragrant soaps washing off all the pain of longing. The roots of our relationship spreading over the garden and blooming over the doorway. Never close my heart to love, will always open my door to love. Never close my heart to love, will always open my door to love. Thank you. আমার দ্বিতীয় কবিতা 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারির শহীদদের উদ্দেশ্যে নিবেদিত। তাদেরকে বিনম্র শ্রদ্ধা জানিয়ে আমার দ্বিতীয় কবিতা মানবতার জন্য বর্ণমালা। আমার ভাষা বাংলা ভাষা, সবুজ ঘাসে শিশির কণায়, 21শেরই স্মৃতির ছোঁয়া, ভোরের বেলা হাসনুহানায়। আমার জন্য রূপলি রোদেরা খুলেছে পুবের বদ্ধ জানালা, বুকের ভেতর ঝাপটায় ডানা, আলোর পিয়াসী বর্ণমালারা। বর্ণ হাসছে, বর্ণ জ্বলছে, জ্বলতে জ্বলতে নিখাদ হেম, নিষিদ্ধ সব বর্ণেরা যেন পুড়তে পুড়তে দেশপ্রেম। উড়াল দিয়েছে বর্ণমালারা, আলোক বর্ষ হয়েছে পার, আগামী শতকে তাদের জন্য মানবতার দীপ্রমিনার। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful poems. Now I am reading one of the viewers' comments, that is poet Mafuza Anonna. She is telling wonderful creativity, proud of poet Tawfiq Zohur and Uddan Television. Congratulations of all poets. Now I am introducing one of the important poet in Bangladesh, and he is Mr. Rezauddin Stalin. Now I am introducing to you all. Mr. Rezauddin Stalin is a well-known poet in Bangladesh and around the world. He is the generation of 80s. His total book number 100. Stalin poems got translated into most languages in the world, and he is also well-known TV anchor and media personality in Bangladesh. Stalin is the founder and chairman of Performing Arts Center and is also senior editor of a literary magazine named Magic Lantern. Rezauddin Stalin has received the Bangla Academy Award 2006. He has also received many awards from different literary platforms around the world. Now coming Mr. Rezauddin Stalin to read out his first two poems. Mr. Rezauddin Stalin is coming.
Thanks, Mr. Tawfiq Johur, and I want to thank those who are invited in our program, Uddan Television. I know everybody. I think Harinder Cheema she's my friend, and Indrani Bandapadhyay, Emilia, Ramisa, Artega, Nardine, Sanderson, Mahfuza Anonna. Thanks to everybody. I am very glad to Tawfiq Johur. He invited me here to recite some poem in front of our guests. First, I want to recite my poem, The Laments of Tithonus. Tonight, my grandmother took no food. Occasionally, after a quarrel with my mother, she used to pour her food down on the floor, though she might scoop up one or two morsels. It is said that a person weighed down with age tends to give into childish propensities and become irascible and stubborn in nature, not trusting anybody or anything. For my self-exiled grandmother, I feel a compassion that is but natural, as I have not yet aged too much. My unfit grandmother weeps fitfully till the late hours of the night. When the noise of her weeping rouses me from sleep, I too start weeping a Tithonus within. Grandmother's laments, I am aware, have been heard by everybody in the house and also by some among the neighbors, but none could yet hear my laments, not even I myself. Now I want to recite my another poem in Bangla, my language, my mother tongue. The name of the poem, সূচনা পর্ব। আমার সময় গোখুরের মতো বিভাজিত, মুহূর্তগুলো কালো কৃষকের পায়ের মতো ফাটা। আমার জন্ম কোনো সময়কে ইঙ্গিত করে না, এমনকি ঘটনাগুলো মুহূর্তের শৃঙ্খল মুক্ত। যখন পৃথিবীতে কিছুই ঘটছে না, তখন সময় কি জিজ্ঞাসা চিহ্নের মতো থিতু? আমি কি শুধু মৃত্যুর ভয়ে সময়কে শনাক্ত করতে চাই? একজন জীবাশ্মবিদের কাছে 1000 বছর কিছু নয়, একজন দার্শনিকের কাছে অর্বুদবর্ষ নিমেষকাল মাত্র। কিন্তু আমার সময় আমাকে স্পর্শ করেছে পিপাসার মতো। আমি কোনো ঘটনার আগেই শনাক্ত করেছি মুহূর্ত, যাত্রার আগেই প্রারম্ভ। একটি অভূমিষ্ঠ ভ্রূণের জন্য পৃথিবীতে কোনো সময় সূচিত হয় না। জন্মচিৎকারহীন পূর্ব ঘটনা পৃষ্ঠ ভ্রূণটি কেবলই কি ঘটনা রহিত? আমার সময় গোখুরের মতো বিভাজিত, মুহূর্তগুলো কালো কৃষকের পায়ের মতো ফাটা। আমার জন্মের আগে পৃথিবীতে কোনো লগ্ন ছিল না, আমার চিৎকারী পৃথিবীর প্রথম সূচনা। Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Rezauddin Stalin, for your beautiful two poem you have to read out. You are waiting. We will again call you very soon. Now I am introducing to you all. We are going to the another part of the world, that is Australia. Now I am introducing you to all one of the poets who from Australia. She is Nardine Sanderson. She loved of word staged across the sea to immortalize the loves in her life. She has written 6,000 poems, 9 children books yet to be published. Her inspiration come from her supportive family and cherished children of three. She has received numerous awards and certificates, including an International Ambassador of Peace Award. Nardine hopes to inspire the world through her mix of poetry about love, life, and death, taking to the reader on a journey throughout her desire and dreams. Her biggest ambition is to teach poetry and help others express their emotions in this great form, which is the art of poetry. Now coming Nardine Sanderson to read out her first two poems in Uddan Little Magazine live program. Please.
Thank you so much all for being here with me and having me on the program on this joyous occasion. My first poem is called Life's Most Precious Toil. At the top of the valley there was a garden, overgrown and never seen. The layover enriched with ivies evergreen. Below the surface no one knew there was a brace of colours shown. The years went by and still it stood in shaded coverage all alone, whereas the light lay bleeding into the depth of the overgrowth, stimulating the newborn colours as a divining oath. Pink roses took to the skies and reached the surface gleaming true. The bluebells and the dandelions captivate the view. The daffodils all reached the surface, opening up against the sky. The garden found a newborn courage, and I tell you this is why. Sometimes life is arranged for some coverage that we don't often need. The ivy evergreen foliage protected every seed. The garden stood below the blues, reflecting back its beautiful beauty shown. It did not wither, it did not die, and neither stood alone. Often it's the wildest flowers whom come to grace the earthly soil, and shelter then the innocence of life's most precious toil. That's my first one. I had a small one in there and a longer one. So, yesteryear. What becomes of yesteryear? In sad context, now it has passed. For I may hold more tightly today, so it may ever last. What becomes of yesteryear? It too had moments blessed. But those have come are still to come, and they may be the best. This one's immortal love. You shall not die, immortal love, but live as likely as the moon. On gentle nights and longing dreams, you restless won't be dying soon. For all the dreams remember sleep, and closing eyes may be of last, yet live on forevermore in the moments that have come to pass. No amount of time may go, or only minutes brace your lips, and kiss the seconds of the sand, once the moon is eclipsed. You shall not die, immortal love, but come to triumph over death, for I shall give thee morning in the rising of every breath. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nardini, for your beautiful poem you have to read out. Now I'm reading three viewers' comments. Mr. Jyoti means is telling Assam Indrani Madam feels so proud that to get you as my colleague, so versatile. Poet Hasim Kiam is telling congratulations to all the poets, really fantastic. Jyoti means again telling Nardine Madam, your achievements are breathtaking. Best wishes for future. Lots of love, respect from India. Mr. Jed Hassan is telling, greetings from Dhaka. Congratulations to all participants and best wishes. Enjoying the program with your presence and poems. Listening, Nardine. Thank you, thank you. Stay with us. Now I am going to my friend Ramina Herrera Artega, another part of the world from Bangladesh. She is Ramina Herrera Artega, and she is from Peru. Her poetry touches heart. Her poetry tells life words. When we read her poems, sometimes her poems seems the idol is standing in the sun. She has 3 poetry book which published Amazon. Now coming Ramina Herrera Artega to read out her first 2 poems. Ramina Herrera Artega.
Okay. Shubhuratri, Bangladesh. Buenas noches, Bangladesh. First, thank God. Thank you, Taufik. Thank you, Uddan TV. Today I will read some irreverent poetry. My first poem se llama Poema 2, así lo titulé, del libro Nocturna Soledad y otros poemas. Sábado. Tal vez sea un día soleado, aunque nubes a lo lejos cubren el cielo como la triste mirada de un perro. 3000 velas en el templo arden en hierático sacrilegio, mientras las frutas en el mercado se pudren solas, no hay manos ni hermanos. Legiones de humanos paralizan su atiborrado quehacer, pues en la plaza una barriga se desgarra por el hijo que va a nacer. Mientras tú, a un lado de la calle, garúas quedito, dejando que el rocío surque tus canales, tus cabellos maltratados, cenizos por el tiempo, y no dices nada, no piensas nada, no pides nada, solo observas el duro contraste de gente mitad dormida, mitad despierta, y sin embargo, todo ofreces, nos das todo, te debemos todo, los panes en la mesa y la lluvia en los campos. Donovan, thank you.
Thank you. You read out your second poem.
Second poem, titulado Atado en el tiempo. Despertar de jazmines y cactus, luna llena de mayo, amores del silencio, a veces vino, otros cristales sin destino, circuito sinuoso de bosques arrancados, andares quebrantados por pasos un poco cansados, tornasol de amores y canto, pastizal eterno, corazón de flores, estrellas en el viento dibujando destinos cual carta de mares, alma alada, frontera sin rastro, imagen intocable tras la luz del cielo, amor amado, atado en el tiempo. Donovan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramina Herrera Artega, for your beautiful poems. Now I am reading some viewers' comments. Mr. Sultan Mahmoud Razak is telling, thank you very much, poet Nardine. Different taste of your poem, enjoying. Poet Masrura Laki is telling, dear beautiful poet Ramina Herrera Artega, congratulations. Poet Sultan Muhammad Razak again telling poet Ramina, congratulations. Now again from Bangladesh, I am going to the another part of the world, that is Peru. Again, I am going to Peru. I am introducing honorable poet Rosa Emilia Lozano. She is from Lima, Peru. Her poems published in different magazines in Globe. She is the Intercontinental Cultural Ambassador of America Sin Frontiers magazine. She is well-known poet in Peru. Now coming Rosa to read out her first 2 poems.
Muy buenas noches a todos ustedes, hermanos de la India. En primer lugar, agradezco a Dios la oportunidad que se me brinda de estar presente en este magno evento en el marco de la celebración del Jubileo de Oro. Entonces, el primer poema con el que voy a participar se titula Que nada importe. Espero sea de su agrado. Por dura que sea la vida, recuerda que nada es eterno. Te pido no te des por vencida y acepta de mí un abrazo fraterno. No transites la vida presurosa, pensando en que de pronto todo acabará, ni permitas que tus emociones repiquen, porque a tu afligido corazón perturbará. Si pocos o muchos te inquieten y deseen tu sonrisa borrar, sonríeles a pesar de todo y comiénzalos a ignorar. Si eres de los que se quejan, porque solo siempre están, recuerda que no hay peor abandono del que uno mismo se da. Si tus hijos te dieron la espalda y echaron sus alas a volar, bendícelos y ora por ellos, porque sus almas lo necesitarán. Si quizá la ciencia te ha desahuciado y sientas que condenada estás, entenderé entonces tu angustia, tu dolor y tu penar. Pero nada de ello ya des por hecho, porque la última palabra siempre Dios la tendrá. Que nada importe, te digo, así te sientas morir, pues mientras hay vida habrá esperanza y con fe debes proseguir. Deseo que esta noche apacible mis letras puedan sentir y lleguen a calar muy hondo y los ayuden así a persistir. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poems. Though we don't understand the language of Spanish, but we understand the rhythm of language for the expression of face and other the melodious of this language. Now, finally, I am reading one of my poems, and first of all, I reading my mother language. Then I will translate it in English. I am reading my Bengali poem, and title of this poem is named Ushnota Ek Cup Coffee O Tumi. তৃষ্ণার্ত আত্মায় এক কাপ কফি ও তোমার সান্নিধ্যে বিকেলটা আমি সাজিয়ে ফেলি অভিজাত রঙে। মিথ্যার অন্ধকারগুলো সরিয়ে সাজিয়ে দেই প্রেমের বাতি। যতবার তোমার কাছে পৌঁছে যাই আমার নাকে মাতোয়ারা জাগায় কাঁঠাল চাপার গন্ধ। তোমার কল্যাণিয়া মুখ দেখে ভুলে যাই কফি ঠান্ডা হতে চলেছে। প্রতিবার প্রতিক্ষণ একই ছবিতে ভাসিয়ে দেই আমার বর্তমান ও ভবিষ্যতের ওয়াদা। মেঘবালিকা ও মেঘবালিকা, জীবনের মোহে চিরটাকাল তোমার পাশে বসেই চুমুক দিতে চাই কফির উষ্ণ পেয়ালায়। Now I translate it in English. You and a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee in a thirsty soul and your patience. I decorate the afternoon with elegant color. Removing the darkness of flashhood, I lit the lamp of love. Every time I reach you, my sense receive the fragrance of your loving face. And I forgot the coffee gonna cold. Again and again in the same picture, I float the promise of present and future. Sweetheart, oh sweetheart, I want to sit next to you forever and sip a warm cup of coffee with the fascination of life. Thank you very much. Now again I am going to Mr. Rezauddin Stalin of our honorable poet from Bangladesh today. He is coming to read out one of his poems. Mr. Rezauddin Stalin is coming.
থ্যাংক ইউ তৌফিক জহুর। এটা দিয়ে দাও। I am reading another poem. The title of the poem, The Door. Now we shall have to move out. The room is terribly cold and dark. The door is narrow, as in a prisoner's cell. We are hearing the voice of our dear ones and feeling their presence in our consciousness. and can touch their outlines but can see nothing. I do not believe that all darkness makes man invisible. Rather, in particular kinds of darkness means faces appear all the brighter and more recognizable. Darkness is no obstacle of invisibility. The narrow doorway is not the reason for the inability to move out. Rather, every face is about from our consciousness. And I do not disagree that the door is really unstable. Yet we shall have to move out by either crashing through the room or the door. I can read the translation of this poem in Bangla. দরজা, আমাদের এখন বাইরে যেতে হবে। ঘরটা ভীষণ শীতল এবং অন্ধকার। কয়েদি সেলের মতো সংকীর্ণ দরজা। প্রিয় স্বজনের কণ্ঠস্বর আমরা শুনতে পাচ্ছি, অনুভবে তাদের অস্তিত্ব টের পাচ্ছি, স্পর্শে অবয়ব, কিন্তু দেখতে পাচ্ছি না কাউকে। একথা বিশ্বাস করি না যে সব অন্ধকারে মানুষকে দেখা যায় না, বরং কোনো কোনো অন্ধকারে মানুষের মুখ খুব প্রজ্জ্বল হয়ে ওঠে, বেশি পরিচিত। দেখতে না পাওয়ার অন্তরে অন্ধকার নয়, বাইরে না যাওয়ার কারণ নয় সংকীর্ণ দরজা, বরং আমাদের চেতনায় অনুপস্থিত প্রত্যেকের মুখ। এবং অস্বীকার করি না যে দরজাটা সত্যি অনুপযোগী, তবু আমাদের এখন বাইরে যেতে হবে, দরজাটা ভেঙে হোক কিংবা ঘরটা। থ্যাংকস টু এভরিবডি।
Thank you, poet Mr. Rezauddin Stalin, for your beautiful poem you have to read out. Now I am going to another poet. He is from Bangladesh. Mr. Kushal Bhowmick is coming to read out his another poem. Mr. Kushal Bhowmick.
Thank you, Tawfiq Bhai. That is poetry of the primordial crops. My grandfather was a farmer. He used to plow with earthy hands. Surrendering her to the green paddy, he stood with childlike simplicity. Every single paddy then turned into a poem, and the primordial field, a book of poetry. I never seen anyone to become a poet like him. He was greater poet than Tagore and Jibanananda Das. Even the sonnets of Shakespeare seems inferior before his grains. When he plowed with body sweat, it seemed a mighty poetry to be born. In Agryan, he used to carry his poetry on shoulders and handed them over to my grandmother. Grandma would sniff, touch, sun them, and with deep adoration kept them in aesthetic cover a burn. Our house would turn an incapably beautiful books of poetry then. My grandfather was a grain-scented poet. Me, an unworthy grandson, day and night draw tangle of verse and surrender myself to books, sometimes run to the scholars to know the secret of writing poetry. But my grandfather, only with sweat, soil, and flour, can write effortlessly the immortal poems of primordial crops. Now I would like to deliver it in my language, that is in Bangla. আমার ঠাকুরদা একজন কৃষক ছিলেন। মাটি গন্ধা হাতে তিনি শস্য ফলাতেন। ধানের কাছে হৃৎপিণ্ড সমর্পণ করে তিনি শিশুর সারল্য নিয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে থাকতেন। প্রতিটি ধান তখন কবিতা হয়ে উঠত। আদিগন্ত মাঠ তখন কবিতার খাতা। আমার ঠাকুরদার মতন অমন কবি হয়ে উঠতে আমি কাউকে দেখিনি। তিনি রবীন্দ্রনাথ, জীবন আনন্দের চাইতেও অনেক বড় কবি ছিলেন। এমনকি শেক্সপিয়ারের সনেটগুলোকেও আমার কাছে ঠাকুরদার ফসলের চাইতে বড় কবিতা মনে হয়নি। ঘাম শরীরে তিনি যখন লাঙল চষতেন, মনে হতো এক্ষুনি জন্ম নেবে পৃথিবীর শ্রেষ্ঠ কোনো কবিতা। অগ্রহায়ণে তিনি তার সোনালী কবিতাগুলো কাঁধে বয়ে এনে ঠাকুমার হাতে তুলে দিতেন। ঠাকুমা পরম যত্নে কবিতার গন্ধ শুকতেন, স্পর্শ করতেন, রৌদ্র মাখিয়ে রেখে দিতেন গোলাঘরের নান্দনিক মলাটে। আমাদের গোটা বাড়িটাই তখন হয়ে উঠত অনিন্দ সুন্দর এক কবিতার বই। আমার ঠাকুরদা শস্য গন্ধা কবি ছিলেন, আমি তার অযোগ্য দৌহিত্র। দিন রাত শব্দের জট আঁকি, গ্রন্থের কাছে করি আত্মসমর্পণ, প্রাজ্ঞ বিজ্ঞের কাছে ছুটে যাই কবিতা লেখার গোপন রহস্য জানতে। অথচ আমার ঠাকুরদা শুধুমাত্র ঘাম মাটি আর লাঙলে দিয়েই অনায়াসে লিখতে পারতেন আদিগন্ত ফসলের অমর কবিতা। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you, poet Kushal Bhowmick, for your beautiful poems. First of all, you have to read in English, then you read it in your own mother language. Before I go to Harinder Cheema ma'am, I would like to read two viewers' comments. One, Mr. Jayed Hussain is telling, poet Tawfiq Zohur, great to listen your poem in your voice, both in Bangla and in English. Poet Sultan Muhammad Razzaq is telling, thank you very much, poet Tawfiq Zohur, for organizing this very enthusiastic event and introducing international poet and their creative words. Good job. Thanks. Now I am going to Harinder Cheema ma'am to read out her another poems. Now coming Harinder Cheema.
Tawfiq, am I audible?
Yes. Carry on.
Alright. So, my second poem is The Modern Woman. I'm an unstoppable woman of courage, and I say this with pride. I have explored the space and the moon. My dream is not only to become a bride. I am not only flesh and blood. I have feeling organs inside. People just see the outer shell and think that I'm from the delicate tribe. Yes, I'm delicate, with a neurology as intricate as of any man on this earth. Only I can boast of giving birth. For my rights and rightful place, I'm not going to loud my pace. I will do little things every day. I will keep doing them anyway. Look after my family and my children. Serve the mankind, sisters and brethren. Sometimes feed a dog stray. Sometimes for the sick I pray. Sometimes feed a beggar old. Give him a blanket in the cold. Oh man, you call me the delicate one? It's my shoulder you cry upon. You can be big. I'm happy being small. And I promise to hold you when you fall. My strength the Creator could clearly see. So his power to create, he entrusted in me. Thank you so much. That was my first poem. And now, going to my second poem, which is again a small love poem which has also been translated into a Bengali song. A poetry film also has been made on this poem. The title of the poem is I Don't Care. The sun looks very dull. There is a complete lull. The cuckoo's notes are shrill. There is an uneasy calm in the hills. The roses are all dry. There is no silver lining in the sky. The mountains wear a sullen look. There is no water in the brook. The moon's morning gaze spreads mist and haze, all because you are not there. And do you think I care? Coming back is, after all, your choice. Do it once. Let the nature rejoice. The sun, the moon, the hills, the roses, the mountains, all have sentiments. So please come back, just to save the environment. Don't think that I crave for you. Don't think it's my love for you. It doesn't matter to me whether you are here or there. Honestly, I don't care. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to Indrani Bandapadhyay from Kolkata. She is coming to read out her another poem. Now coming Indrani Bandapadhyay.
খুব সুন্দর অনুষ্ঠান, সকলের কবিতাই খুব ভালো লাগছে। আমার তৃতীয় নিবেদন অন্তঃস্রোত, a poem on six seasons and the mind of human being. অন্তঃস্রোত। কমলা রঙের রোদ্দুর নিয়ে বৈশাখ এলো, করমর্দন করলাম। আমার বোধিবৃক্ষ শুষে নিল সব তাপ, চোখের জল ভিজিয়ে দিল ফুটি ফাটা মাটি। বুকের জমাট রক্তের ফোঁটা, রাতের আকাশে জ্বলজ্বলে তারা। তারই কয়েক ফোঁটা ঝরে পড়ল বর্ষায়, লতায় পাতায় মখমলি ফুলে। অশ্রুর চেয়েও আন্তরিক আমার এই বর্ষামঙ্গল। শরৎকে রেখেছি শিশুদের জন্য। মনের যত কালো, শিশুর হাসিতে হয়ে উঠবে আলো। শিউলির রঙে লিখব উৎসবের স্বরলিপি, হেমন্তে যাব বৃদ্ধাবাসে। স্মৃতি দিয়ে বুনব সুখ দুঃখের নকশি কাঁথা। পরিযায়ী পাখিদের সাথে শীতের সকালে অনন্ত কল্পের দিকে আনন্দ যাত্রা। বসন্তে পলাশের আগুনে ঝাঁপ দেব, শুনেছি ভালোবাসলে জলেও হাত পড়ে। ফাগুনের আগুনে পোড়াই আমার নিয়তি। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much, Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to the another part of the world, that is Australia. Now coming Nardine Sanderson to read out her another poem. Now coming Nardine Sanderson.
I didn't have another one prepared. I read 3 before, so I snuck one in. So if you want to go to somebody else, maybe. It's up to you.
Yes, carry on, please.
I can maybe get a book with another poem in it. Hang on a second. I can read out my one in here. Just take a minute to find it. Sorry about the delay, everybody. Can't remember what page I was on actually. There we go. This one's called Garden View. When the silence calls in the form of tears, and the look that you now call the years is worn upon that timely face, hidden smiles for life's embrace. Shall the tears be joy or sorrow when you meet the Lord to borrow a lasting breath but one last kiss in all the days tomorrow miss? Having surrendered to the garden view, rose petals and scented hue, a journey only you can make, a touch of heaven where angels wake and sleep there forevermore. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nardine, for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to Ramina Artega. She's coming to read out her another poem. Now Ramina is coming.
Thank you, Taufik. Thank you so much. El poema que leeré se llama Azul or Blue. Hoy te siento como el viento de verano, tenue, distante. ¿Qué pasa con la hoja azul que cae sin raíces, rodando por cuadrados entre el frío sin fin? 1000 pasos van al pasado. Espero lleguen al presente de mi futuro. Entonces cesará la hoja que vuela lenta, azul. Ella sueña, extraña su raíz, es azul porque quiso el día que la luna, junto a Orión y la cruz, dejaron caer en la lluvia su néctar de tul. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramina, for your beautiful poem. Again, I'm telling that though we don't understand the language of Spanish, but the melody of this language, we are really, our heart is touches. Now I'm reading some viewers' opinion. Before I go to Rosa, Emilia, Lozano, I'm reading some viewers' comments. First of all, Mr. Abdul Razak, Sultan Mohammad Razak is telling, Bah, Shandida Rahman Suchi is telling, Sabaike Shubhecha Roilo. Jyoti Means is telling, so much love for poetry, all born so talented. Such a beautiful poem, so refined, so soothing. Poet Tisna Bashak is telling, all the best, Tawfiq Zohur, Keka Banerjee, Indrani, and other poets. Tisna Bashak again telling, it's a very, really nice arranged. Poet Gulam Kibiria Pinu is telling, enjoying. Greetings to all. Now I'm going to Rosa Emilia Lozano to read out her another poems. Now coming Rosa Emilia.
Bueno, muchas gracias nuevamente. Como le digo, agradecida con todos ustedes, compañeros de Bangladesh. La verdad, hubo un error, pero bueno. Mi segundo poema se titula No dejo de pensar. En esta gélida y oscura noche, la angustia me viste con su manto, mientras mi cuerpo se agita, todo, invadiendo mi corazón de espanto. La razón de mis penas es tu ausencia, y no pude tan siquiera fingir. Añoro tanto tu presencia, que te busco en mis recuerdos para poder ser feliz. El ofusco rayo de la luna hoy me ha querido acompañar y evita que mis párpados se cierren, incitándome a volverte a extrañar. Me acosa de pronto el insomnio, mientras tú en tu lecho duermes ya, y yo bajo el embrujo de mis pasiones, ansío tenerte y poder acariciar. Esta noche no dejo de pensarte, cierro mis ojos para poderte apreciar, y en mi mente te haces presente, logrando con ello mis ansias calmar. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Rosa, for your beautiful poems. Before I read my poems, I am reading one of the viewers' comments. That is from poet Tisna Bashak. She is telling Indrani Keka Banerjee looking gorgeous. I think she is looking gorgeous today. Now I am reading my poems. The title of my poems is The Mask. Last night I put on a mask. Wearing a gold mask, the king Tutankhamen ruled the kingdom. Even when he took Anaxenamen, the beloved woman, to his arms, he used to express all the secret of love behind the mask. A blue sky, and I was crossing the deep sea, holding the left hand of my beloved tightly. All on a sudden, it seems to me the darkness at my back might recognize the shadow of mine. Me too, wearing mask like Tutankhamen, holding the left arm of my Anaxenamen, want to cross the sea and all the bad sign of darkness. My lord, I don't want to spend night in the coolest chamber of pyramid, enjoying the dances of stars and waiting in the mysterious beams of moon. I want to finish my unfinished tale with the sweet company of my beloved, my Mekbalika. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to Mr. Rezauddin Stalin. Again, he's coming to read out his final poems today. Now coming Mr. Rezauddin Stalin to read out his final poems today.
Thank you, Tawfiq Jahur, and all of our friends. Uh, the title of my poem, Book of Poetry. Imagine the day of justice. The time is quiet and infinity. Nobody can be seen anywhere. The desert fish flies in the sea of sand. A vast emptiness touching the doomsday. Nature trembles, fearing the fog. Look closely. A poet stands alone in the northeastern horizon. You may think he holds his fate in hand, but I swear that God knows it is his dearest book of poetry. Thanks.
Thank you, poet Rezauddin Stalin, for your beautiful poems. Now I'm reading two viewers' comments. Mr. Diaz Hossain is telling congratulations to poet Tawfiq Zohur for doing the great job bringing all the poets together from different parts of the world and helping us to listen their poem in their voice, and also for arranging recitation program. Let it be continue. Thank you, brother Jihad. We will be continue if you will stay with us. And the Vivekananda Bashak is telling, I just listen your anchoring. You have brought a different poet in your program who write in different languages. It's a variation and enriches the audience. Thank you, Vimal Daga. You stay with us. Now I'm going to Mr. Kushal Bhowmick to read out his final poem today. Now coming Mr. Kushal Bhowmick.
Thank you, Tawfiq Johur, my elder brother and editor of Uddan. I'm going to deliver my last poem, the title, Asking. Walking through the shadow of relations, a loving brother one day turned into an enemy. As floating constantly on air, a lie becomes a myth. Yet we measure the density of floating sinking relations, bind to the nature of water. Archimedes, do you know why, if seen once, our relations never float again? সম্পর্কের সুতোয় ভাসতে ভাসতে ভাই একদিন ভাইরাস হয়ে যায়। অবিরাম হাওয়ায় ভাসতে ভাসতে মিথ্যা যেভাবে হয়ে যায় মিথ, তবু আমরা ভাসি, ডুবি, সম্পর্কের গভীর মাপি জলের নিয়মে। আর্কিমিডিস, আপনার কি জানা আছে সম্পর্ক ডুবে গেলে কেন আর ভেসে ওঠে না কোনোদিন? ধন্যবাদ। Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, poet Kushal Bhowmick, for your beautiful poem. Now I'm going to Harinder Cheema ma'am to deliver her final poem today. Now coming Harinder Cheema.
Thank you so much, Tawfiq, once again. So here is my final poem for today. The title of the poem is The Same Address. Oh darling, I live in the same city, the same house, and the same lane. I still live with the same wounds, the same scars, and the same pain. People ask me to change the house, and the city, and the lane. But I'm sure one day you will come to meet me again. So I wait for you in the same city, the same house, and the same lane. I rush outside hearing the noise of an airplane. From my lane, I run and stand on the road main. In the crowd, I search for your face again. People ask me to change my city, and my house and my lane. But I still live in the same city, the same house, and the same lane. I still treasure your gifts, the diamond studs and the gold chain. I still trust you and don't rust in the blame game. I know one day from the foreign lands you will come searching for me again. I know you will come straight to my city, my house, and my lane. My tears will bring you back. My prayers will not go in vain. I went to the railway station completely drenched in rain. I kept looking at the faces of the passengers as they deboarded the train. I know you are caught somewhere in the life's routine Monday. But what if you come looking for this plain Jane? So I still live in the same city, the same house, and the same lane. The day I meet you, I will fight and hit you with a cane. I will laugh to see you writhe in pain. I'm sure this will happen again. So my address remains the same. Oh darling, please come before I exit my city, my house, and my lane. I see the sun of life going down from my window pane. I have to wear spectacles now to see the faraway plain. I'm too old to go to the railway station to check every train. My wounds start bleeding in the rain. More than my wounds, it's my heart that pains. People don't bother me anymore with their advice again. But I'm hopeful that for one last time, you will come to see this day. Nothing is the same now. Only the address remains the same. Oh darling, I still live in the same city, the same house, and the same lane. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem. Ma'am, again, you have to given us your valuable time. Now I'm going to Indrani Bandapadhyay, who is from Kolkata. She is delivered her final poems. Now coming, Indrani Bandapadhyay.
I am very much honored to join this amazing program. I'd like to thank our host, friend Taufik Johar, and my friend Krishna Boshak. Now my last poem. আমার কবিতার নাম মহাকাল। বনস্পতি, দুদণ্ড বিশ্রাম নেব তোমার ছায়ায়। বহুদূর থেকে খরস্রোতায় ভেসে আসা এক খড়কুটো উজান পথে, কি তীব্র লিপ্সা আমার দুমুঠোয়। বেঁচে থাকবো, জ্বলে পুড়ে খাক হয়ে যাব। তোমার ধূসর কাণ্ড জড়িয়ে ধরে রক্তাক্ত হয়েছে আমার হৃদয়। সে রক্ত মেখেছি দুহাতে, তবু স্বপ্ন দেখে গেছি। সেই সব উপসী স্বপ্ন গ্রহ থেকে গ্রহান্তরে উল্কা হয়ে ফেরে। দিগন্তের রূপলি চাঁদ যেখানে মিলায়, সেখানে আমার ঠিকানা। তারপর কোনো এক পৌর্ণমাসী রাতে হঠাৎ হারিয়ে যাব সূর্যের কৃষ্ণ গহ্বরে। মাটির সোঁদা গন্ধ ডাক দেবে, আয় ফিরে আয়। বনস্পতি, তুমি কি শুধুই পাতা ঝরার শব্দ গুনে যাবে? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3। ধন্যবাদ, খুব ভালো লাগলো।
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem, Indrani Bandapadhyay. Now I'm reading one comment from viewers. Jyoti means is telling Harinder ma'am, I literally got goosebumps listening to your poetry. Beautiful, lot of love and respect. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Now I'm going to the another part of the world, that is Australia. Now coming Nardine Sanderson to deliver her final poems. Now coming Nardine Sanderson.
Hi. I just have one small one that I have to rely on my memory for. So it is Poetry is a movement which allows us to dance without moving our feet. So I'll leave you with that one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I'm going to Ramina Herrera Artega to deliver her final poems. Now coming, Ramina Herrera Artega.
Thank you so much, Tofik. Thank you so much. Last poem, title is Poem 6. Like number, what name? Poema 6. Siento agonizar en tu nostalgia, en esos ojos dilatados y cansados que urge cerrarse no importándole la hora. Me duele el dolor de tus venas, de la sangre que se enfría al contacto con el agua, de cada hincón en la carne acostada y de cada hora que no pasa. Sueño en tus delirios, en tus gritos y risas, mírome en tus pesadillas y en esa lágrima moribunda que surca tu rostro en mis mejillas. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harina, for your beautiful poems. Again, I'm going to Rosa Emilia Lozano to deliver her final poems today. Rosa Emilia.
Bueno, este último poema, mi última participación, ante todo, como le digo, espero sea de su agrado. Se titula Aquella rosa. Aquella rosa que tú arrancaste prematuramente de su rosal, aprendió a mantenerse bella, aunque la dejasen de regar. Dios se apiadó de ella y no permitió que llegase a su final, y la mantuvo siempre bella, sin que existiese tan siquiera para ella algún rival. Es así que de aquella rosa aún emana un gran perfume, por eso ella lo presume, porque como ella ya no hay. A pesar de que tú la arrancaste y sola en el mundo la dejaste, Dios la regó con agua viva desde que tú de ella te alejaste. Gracias.
Thank you very much for your beautiful poem. Now, finally, I am reading one of the last poem today. The title of the poem is Texture of a Shari. Eyes were fixed on the Taj Mahal Road through the veil of noon. A humble love there in the fold of a shari. I looked from a distance and don't hold her hands. I decided to give her a rose, and the shari turned into a green tree, the leaves as if with the mollafish of ancient Chajapad. The mighty waves of sea fell in the upper part of the shari, and I was thrilled by the 5 feet and 2 inches fire. I looked upon the shari with the thirst of a sea and drowned under the shadow of her eyes. I saw this tree in Subhanbag passed in the wet sun. Then I saw her face in the morning sky. Gradually, I saw her peacock shape in the turquoise color. By pressing the cursor of trust, I suddenly discovered the fragrance of mystery with the touch of my lips. Since then, with the earthy smell, I realized the pigeon in my breath keep flying in a rain-soaked field. You are my mirror, where you stand in the texture of the shari. Thank you very much. That's the completed of our today's show. Now, finally, the 50 show is done. Finally, I'm going to Mr. Rezauddin Stalin to know the opinion about today's program. You just tell us only 1 minute. Please, Mr. Rezauddin Stalin, you tell me what is your feelings about our programs today. Mr. Rezauddin Stalin.
Thank you, Mr. Tofik Johur. I want to thank our distinguished guests from a different country of the world, Peru, Australia, Mexico, India, and from Bangladesh we are. I think that poetry has no boundary. no atlas. We have to go together and we have to protest against our darkness or inhumanity. We are also with humanity. We are also with democracy. This is our main motto. I think we have to go together. We can live anywhere in the world, but all poets are same boat, brother. Thanks.
Thank you, Poet Rezauddin Stalin, for your important speech today. Now I am going to Poet Mr. Kushal Bhowmick to know about the opinion of today's program. Your time is 1 minute.
Thank you, Tawfiq Johur. I'm very glad to meet my friends from different countries of the world. This is the power of poetry. Uh, I cannot understand the language, Spanish, but I can feel the melody, and that's why poetry is universal thing. And as told by Rezauddin Stalin, that is, we should move together against the oppression, against the darkness of the world. And I do believe it. So there is a duty of a poet, that is uh, breaking the boundaries, the dark walls of the world, and we must move together towards the path of delight and enlightenment. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Poet Kushal Bhowmick, for your nice speech. Now I am going to Harinder Cheema ma'am to know about the opinion of today's program.
It's been a great pleasure and an honor once again to be on your show, Tawfiq. It's my third time that I am on your show, and it's a matter of great pride and honor for me, first of all, to connect with such eminent poets from all across the world. And we are actually learning from each other, and you're providing us that platform. So, thank you so much for this initiative, and I wish more glory to you, more glory to this platform. With that, I would say I really enjoyed the session today. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your beautiful speech. And we will invite you more and more times. We hope so. Now I am going to Indrani Bandapadhyay to know about the opinion of today's program. Indrani Bandapadhyay.
I am enjoying this program very much. Poetry is the outburst of our hearts, our soul immense, our feelings. So poetry has no boundary. We live in various countries, but we are same in these feelings. We are in the same boat. Beyond all boundaries, we are in the all. আমরা সব এক জায়গায় এসে দাঁড়িয়েছি। আমাদের সবকিছু অতিক্রম করে আমাদের সবাইকে এক হতে হবে, সমস্ত অন্ধকার দূর করে সমস্ত কবিকে এক হয়ে মনের কথা বলতে হবে। I am honored to join this program. I'd like to thank all the poets. Thank you.
Thank you, Indrani Bandapadhyay, for your beautiful speech. Mr. Golam Kibriya Pinu, our important poet in Bangladesh, is telling good poetic world running by poet Tawfiq Johur, beautiful. Bimalanand Bashak from West Bengal, he is telling, I would like to thanks and congratulate to everybody who participate in this program. But if it would possible to translate in Bengali different language poem, it would better for us. Thank you. We will try to make it Bengali. Now I am going to Nardine Sanderson to know the opinion about today's program. Nardine Sanderson.
Hi all. Thank you all so much for your enjoyable poems. It was lovely to be a part of this beautiful program. My first time being invited. Hopefully there'll be some more in the future, and it's been a pleasure to stay up so late and be with you all. It's enjoyable. I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nardine. As it is your first live program, so I think you have to enjoy it very much. Hopefully, we think so that we will again invite you in future. Now, I am going to Ramina Herrera Artega to know about the opinion of today's program. Ramina.
Muchas gracias. Gracias por la invitación, Tofik. Gracias, Uddan TV, Bangladesh, Pochondo, Kori. I love it, Bangladesh. Thank you so much. Es un honor realmente estar con tremendos poetas. Gracias por la oportunidad. Gracias por compartir. Y si bien no podemos entendernos por nuestras lenguas maternas, pero la melodía de los poemas hace que se sienta en el alma esa dulzura, esa pasión, ese maravilloso versar. Y como siempre digo, el mundo necesita más de la luz de nuestras locuras. Así que oremos porque existan más poetas que soldados y más lapiceros que armas. Gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramina, for your beautiful speech. Now I'm going to Rosa, Emilia, Lozano to know about the program today. What is your opinion? 1 minute. Yes, please.
Bueno, la despedida siempre dice, ¿no? No tienen que ser tristes, pero bueno, me voy llevando un bonito recuerdo de ustedes, amigos de Bangladesh, desde Perú, mi eterno agradecimiento por la oportunidad brindada. Y bueno, como dijo la compatriota Ramina, es un honor estar rodeado de grandes poetas. Y sí, quizá no nos entendamos, ¿no? Pero como le digo, ese amor por las letras, esa pasión con la que uno escribe y transmite los sentimientos, entonces eso nos une, ¿no? Y tengamos quizá otra oportunidad de reunirnos y agradecerles nuevamente desde Perú para Bangladesh a todos ustedes. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much again to everybody who are participate today. I congratulate to everyone because this is our Golden Jubilee show already has done, and especially thanks to poet Rezauddin Stalin, Kushal Bhowmick, Harinder Cheema, Indrani Bandapadhyay, Nardine Sanderson, Ramina, Herrera, Artega, Rosa, Emilia, Lozano. One of our invited poet was from Mexico. She is Alicia, Minjarez, Ramirez, but could not connect with us due to the connection network. I think she is failed to join with us this program. Hopefully, we think that next time we will invite you and she will also join with us. Today, our program is going to finish now. Again, thanks to everyone to join this program, and hopefully think that very soon we will invite you again and you will participate this poetry show again. So have a good day, good night, good evening, and good morning to everyone around the world. So be happy, stay in safe. Good day, good evening, and good night.